Enough to knock me out, but I'm still holding the throne. You'll never know till it's over. So pretty it hurts. Just beware of the thorns.
Hello everyone. Thought I'd do a video of a couple people. It may be two parts, I don't know yet, about two guys I knew in Potosi that were my cellies and had capital punishment. But if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe please, share this please, and comment. Before we go any farther though, I want to tell you, if my eye looks a little funny, it's because I've been sick, and I got up yesterday and was kind of lightheaded and fell, hit my eye. But let's get into this. When I first got to prison, death row was at Missouri State Penitentiary. They was down under Three House. That's where they kept them, and they had a little yard they went to and everything. But you didn't see them much, you know, except maybe once in a while you see them out there in the little cages. They stopped the last person to be executed there was Tiny Mercer, and they started built a new prison, Potosi Correctional Center, moved death row there. I ended up going there to Potosi in 1999 over a dangerous contraband. When I get out of the hole, I spent 9 months in the hole. When I get out of the hole, they put me in population. I think Missouri is unique in this, in that they now allow people of capital punishments out in the yard, you know, out in population, or wherever they want to be. At least that's the way it was in the early 2000s when I got there, and I was there from 99 to 2001. That's the way it was. And my first cellie I had was a CP. CP stands for capital punishment, because you can't call them death row anymore because they're out in population. There's no certain place for them. His name was Michael Shane Worthington, and he seemed like he was younger than me, but I'm not sure if he was or not. But I remember one day talking to him, and I said, you know, what's to prevent... he wanted to know what was on my mind, because I was thinking a lot about stuff, you know. I said, well, you got the death penalty. And he goes, yeah, but I mean, I said, I'm going to get out of it. I said, regardless, right now you have it. What's to say that you don't wake up one morning and decide that, well, they're going to execute me, I'm going to take out as many as I can, and I'm the first one you see. Or he kind of laughs and says, you know, those of us with capital punishment, we're often more laid back than you guys are, which actually ended up being the case. They're on meds and all kinds, and plus they're trying to appeal their cases. You know, they're all trying to delay what's going to happen. And the majority of them, if not all of them, are guilty. The debate or whether they should have death penalty or not, I'm not going to get into that right now. But I will tell you about his crime. I asked him about his crime, you know, and he asked me about mine. he told me that him and a partner, a friend of his, broke into this house in St. Louis to burglarize it. And while they was burglarizing it, his partner raped and killed a college student. And I found out her name was, she was 24, her name was Melinda Griffin. They called her Mindy, with a Y. And so, I was just, something about him wasn't hitting right. And I'm not going to keep selling with somebody that, I'm getting bad vibes from, because there's always going to be that tension. And I just couldn't place what it was. And so I told him that we couldn't be sellers, we had to find other people to sell with. And he thought it was because he was on, he was a CP. And that was not the case. I've been in prison with the people that I was more concerned about than him. There's just something about him that wasn't setting right. Now, I couldn't figure out what it was. The other day when I was researching this, my eyes really bothered me. I found out he didn't have a partner. He was by himself. There was, I'll just read it to you. Let's see here. It said, Worthington pled guilty, confessing that he cut open a window screen to break into the condominium of his neighbor, 24-year-old college student, Melinda Griffin. He admitted to choking her until she was unconscious, then raping her. And when she woke up and fought back, he strangled her to death. He stole her keys and jewelry and credit cards and her car. Takes off. He was found driving her car, her vehicle. It doesn't say car, it says vehicle. He was wearing a fanny pack containing her jewelry and was taken into custody and threatened to commit suicide. DNA testing of the semen found on Griffin's body also tied Worthington to the crimes. It looks like he appealed it 3 times. But he told me that the only reason he had the death penalty was because the person, Melinda Griffin, was her father was well connected in the city. Here's his final words. Thank you. I will finally get to live in peace with my true father. I will no longer have to suffer. It's really my beloved ones and my beloved friends and family that will suffer. May God forgive all those who call this justice, when in truth it's all about politics and revenge. Amen and peace to you all. To his dying day, he said it was all about politics and revenge. I really don't know what to say about this, but I do know that I just got bad vibes from him, and from everything that's saying here, he's guilty, whether you believe in the death penalty or not. this guy was guilty. My second one was, and this was some months later, several months later actually, was a guy named John Middleton. Yeah, I can't talk today, forgive me. He was a small-time meth dealer. But when I moved in with him, he seemed alright at first, you know. He says he was innocent, and I read other things about him who said that the things they found out that he may have been, at least on one of them. But he had 3 death penalty charges against him, and he just knew he was going to beat them. And he always told me if I could beat one, I can beat the other 2. And I said, "Are you trying to get the death penalty removed and down to a life sentence?" And he said, "No, I'm innocent, so I'm just trying to get out of it." But this is what they're saying about him. Was a small-time meth dealer in sparsely populated northern Missouri. After several drug suspects were arrested, Middleton told friends that snitches around here are going to start going down. And we all know what he means by that. And specifically named Randy Hamilton and Alfred Pennegar on a hit list. The next day, Middleton and his girlfriend Maggie Hodges met Hamilton and Stacy Hodges on a gravel road, killing them both with SKS rifles and putting their bodies in the trunk while driving around in Hamilton's car. Middleton encountered Danny Sperling. Middleton was covered in blood and told Sperling he had taken care of Hamilton and asked for advice on what to do with the bodies. So that's on him. I guess I should, just to be fair, read what they say about him might be innocent. It says, wrongly convicted John Middleton should not be scheduled to die. This is Jeff Stack, Columbia Daily Tribune. Missouri officials, hooked it seemed on the demented habit of conducting now monthly executions, risk killing potentially a wrongly convicted man, John Middleton, late Tuesday night. Said Governor Jay Nixon should at least exercise wise leadership by staying at execution. I guess these crimes took place in Harrison County, Missouri. It says corrected forensic evidence indicates Pennegar was murdered at a time Middleton was being held on suspicion of a misdemeanor in Iowa jail 50 miles away. His attorneys also later located earlier this year a witness who was beaten unconscious by 2 men. Both were lead witnesses against Middleton, but might instead have committed the drug-related murders themselves. Well, that's neither here or there, because he's already been executed. Actually, he was executed within a month of Michael Worthington. But me and this guy ended up getting in a fight. He The only time I did not see this guy, it got to where the only time I did not see this guy was when we were asleep. They opened the wings. We was both in the wings. We both worked in food service. And not only did we work in food service, we worked in a place called Satellite Kitchen, which made food for those in the hole, and they had us partnered together. We didn't even want this. That meant, like, they had us in pairs. Like, 2 people made knock trays, 2 people did this, 2 that. Our job, me and John Middleton's, was to make juice for those in the hole. I'd go to the yard, and there he would be. I'd go into the gym to work out. And even though he didn't work out with me, there he'd be over there somewhere, either talking to somebody or doing a little workout himself. We just got on each other's nerves, and it came to a head one day in food service. He was talking about, oh, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, and he's told many people that, over and over and over. So, and then he'd always say things like, they was just drug dealers anyway. Who cares? And I said, I said something to the effect, I said, you're innocent, but I said, at one point you said they're just drug dealers, that almost sounds like you're guilty. He goes, no, it's not that I'm guilty, I'm just saying, who cares? They're just drug dealers, I said, you sure you wasn't trying to get rid of the competition? And anyway, this day in food service, I don't know what it was, but he was going on and on about how he was innocent, and people were trying to be nice to him about it and everything. But this one guy says, man, okay, you're innocent, we get it, we're all innocent, which sets John off. And John says something to him, and I'm just shaking my head. He goes, what are you shaking your head for? Well, he said this with in a vulgar way, and I just hauled off and hit him. And we start fighting. And it wasn't really so much that what he said to me. I mean, it kind of was, but really it was just, I was just getting tired of seeing this guy. I was getting tired of hearing this guy. Like I said, the only time we saw each other, didn't see one another, was when I was asleep. So, they come rushing in and throw us down and take us to the hole, and I get out of the hole, and some guy's talking to me. He said, dang, Harvey, you should just wait till you got back to the cell. You could have got away with it, which is true. It'd be more likely to get away with it in the cell. But at the same time, when you've had enough, you had enough, and it just one of those things where, things happen. I don't know whether John is innocent or guilty. I mean, I tend to lean towards that he's guilty, but I don't know. But I'm really leaning towards Michael Worthington being guilty. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's guilty. But I will have to say that John did everything he could to fight his. He never stopped proclaiming his innocence. They said on his last words were, "You're killing an innocent man." I don't know, but that's for another time for us to debate the pros and cons of the death penalty. But I've been putting off doing this video for a while because, well, it's just such a touchy subject, you know. There's people that's for it, there's people who's against it. I'm just hoping that YouTube allows this video. I don't think I said anything too bad in here. I know they get on to you about the littlest thing. I mean, they'll delete comments, you know, and delete videos. Some of you all have commented that your comments have disappeared. So let's just hope this one gets out there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I thank you for watching. And please comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me your views. It's not going to be right or wrong. Whatever you say, you know, we're trying to have a discussion here. All right? And I thank you for watching. Bye.